Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. Here we are going to discuss course productivity of Chapter 2 Review of Related Literature. So, review of related literature is relevant for all research based course projects. So, in this video, we'll be discussing about what is the importance of the related literature review and how you can accomplish it, how you can do it, and how you can make your course project more meaningful. So let us start with what exactly is review of related literature. Basically, literature means the articles. There can be different kinds of articles. It can be journals, it can be papers, it can be books. Uh, the students have to read and understand it first of all. So before you start doing a course project, you have to start reading the related papers, related journals, related books which are available in the same domain, the same area that you are going to do the project for. Usually, these things are available online, or sometimes you can find most of these materials as printed materials, which you can obtain from the library, or you can take a printout of these things from online also. You have to research these articles and then you have to understand and describe the articles. So, understand is one thing, and then you have to make a small paragraph of these articles. What is the relation with your project? Okay, you have some ideas, you have a particular project topic. So, how these different papers that other people have made is relevant to your project ideas or project objectives. So that is what is important. So there are different types of reviews. The main two types are experimental and theoretical. You can see it here. Experimental literature review what it reviews the surveying of all information available on a particular topic. So it's like an exhaustive survey that you do. So how do you do this survey? You basically go online, okay, because nowadays because of the pandemic and all, if it's not possible to actually go to the library and analyze these things, you can go to online. There are different websites which will help you to do that. Okay, actually we'll be discussing later on, and then you can analyze critically what all things you will need to be so that you can work on that. So in this chapter 2, what you do is that you analyze these particular articles, these papers, and then you will try to relate to your topic, and then your project will become more meaningful. So this will be like the first experiment of any research project. So in chapter 1, you discussed about the introduction, what are the objectives, you created a small abstract of all those things, okay, and then you understood that this is my limitation, this is my domain, this is my area, and then what you do is that you go to chapter 2 and then you analyze all the different papers, the different journals, the different books which are available in the same topic. So that is the most important step in your research project, because you have to understand whether somebody else has done the same thing, or is there anything that extra you can do that others haven't done. So you need to make the review more extensive or more exhaustive. Why? Because it will make your project more systematic. You will know, okay, these things are not there, these things are there. Already this research has been done. So it should not be a copycat. Okay, so whatever somebody has done, you should not do the same thing. So you have to understand whether this is already done or not. So from that you will get more ideas. Okay, it will become more precise for you. The theoretical literature review. What are the steps in that? So, as I told you, you have to survey. You have to first of all go to the internet or go to the library or go to anywhere which, where these things are available. The e-libraries are available. Critically read these existing literature. Don't just go through the topic headings and that's it. No, you have to read the literature. Okay, so if you read and survey it, it actually becomes experimental literature. So as we know, there are two types of researches. So the first one is experimental, next one is theoretical. So in theoretical itself, when you do this thing, it actually becomes experimental literature. And then you actually go to the theoretical literatures. In that, what you do, you summarize and write down the main points of your review. Okay, and you do it in an organized manner. You just don't take the first paper or the first journal, you write something, you directly go to second. No, you have to finish the first paper, you write down what are the pros, what are the cons, what are things are missing, what are things are already there, and then you go to the next paper, so that you will have an organized system of review. So how you can do it? The details are going to be explained here. Step one, first of all, you introduce the topic that you are going to do. So we can take it from chapter one. In the example, the project aims at identifying shortcomings of wireless security protocols. So I'm going to do a research on wireless security protocols. So I have to understand what are shortcomings are there. Okay, so you will apply that. You will check whether in your office, in your school, okay, is there any shortcomings in the wireless security? Anybody can hack into the wireless security, or if they can hack, how they do it. So all those things you're going to identify, and then what you do, you study the measures that will be adopted to improve the security. So this is my project. Okay, so this is the main topic that I'm going to do. Then, so this is step one. Okay, so the main purpose of review thus will be to identify your idea is already there, and then what is the need for conducting the research, why this research should be conducted, is it? So, and what all materials are available now. Okay, so that it will help you to understand why we are doing this project. First of all, step two will be to do a thorough literature survey. So this is the main thing. You have to first of all understand your topic, then you do the thorough literature search. So can use keywords like Wi-Fi security protocol, an example. Okay, the same example we are taking. What are the problems in wireless security? WPA2, etc. So you can go to Google Scholar. That is one good website which is free as of now. There are different journals like the Sprinkler. You can use a publication house like PubMed, and even our college has subscribed to a publication house called as ProQuest, which is available from e-learning. Okay, so you can directly go to www.sct.edu.in and please go to ProQuest. You can give your username password that you give the college, the same college username password. And then what you can do, you can research the different topics. You can use the keywords. Okay, use the keywords that is relevant for your project, and note down the URLs, the author names, the title. So you can note it down, or you can just copy paste and put it inside your file, okay, so that you can use it in chapter 2. The first thing that you can do is that you can go through the abstract. Okay, in all your journals or papers, there will be an abstract. Abstract basically means a concise, a small description of what this particular paper or this project is all about. So from the abstract, you will get the whole idea. You don't have to read the entire, even if you don't read the entire journal or paper, which we suggest you do. Okay, but if you just read the abstract itself, you can get an idea of what this particular literature and whether it is relevant to your project. And the next step will be to organize. Okay, so in the next phase you will be organize it. So that is what we'll do in step 3. Okay, and you narrate the review. Narrate means you described it. So first of all, you give an introduction. What is the relation between your topic and the article that you've just surveyed? So for example, you reviewed one paper. So that one paper, what is the relationship between your topic that you've selected and the article? And the body, you will be using subheadings and explain. Okay, in this study they have identified this one, in this study they have identified this one, and you compare that with your project ideas. Okay, and finally you identify which are the unaddressed things. So you don't have to describe it in a very in a big manner. What you can do is that you can just make it like a paragraph, and in that you can just tell that from the abstract or from the reading of the paper, you have identified that they have done in this particular area, but they haven't done in this area. So for example, you can tell that okay, they have studied about the WPA2 shortcomings, okay, this paper, but they haven't done anything about the WEP, which is another security protocol. So you can just tell like that, and the conclusion will be just the main conclusion from the analysis of the current paper will be shown there. Okay, so here also it will be like a small paragraph which will tell that, okay, so these are the avenues for research. You have got more areas for research. Okay, and you will make a small one line, two line interpretation. Okay, and then so that you can solve more existing problems. So this is what step 3 is all about. So I'll just recap it one more time. Step 1 is where in which you introduce your topic. Step 2 is where in which you do the literature survey, which will take more time, of course, and you take one paper, which go to step 3. Okay, and then you introduce the paper, what is the relationship, you make a small body, you make a small paragraph in which you will compare, contrast everything. You will slightly describe it, and you'll conclude that, okay, this paper doesn't have this thing, and because of that, the project that we are going to do is relevant now. So like that you can do, and you do it for more papers. So you can actually make a table finally like this, which will be very useful. Conclusion, you can make it like a table like this. Okay, and you can give this is just a format that you can use. So author and date. So the author is for example Dr. XYZ. Okay, the date is this thing, and this is the source, the name of the title. Okay, what is the purpose of the research? You just put one line here, what method they have used. Okay, whether they have used a software, whether they have used some sampling methods, whether they have used some interviews, you can put it here. What is the sample that they have selected? The sample might be that of a college, the sample might be that of students, whatever it is. What is the finding? Just one line. Is there any similarity with what you're going to do in your project? You can put it here. And what is the uniqueness? Uniqueness means what is the special thing that you found out in this thing, which is not there in your project. So like that, you can just compare it, and you can put source 1, source 2, source 3, and we recommend you to at least do 5 papers or 5 journals or 5 books. Okay, minimum, that should be the number, and from that you will get more ideas on how you can improve your project. So all the best for doing chapter 2, and let us improve the course project quality, and let us do more research review, so that you will have a better course project and get more marks in this particular topic. Thank you very much for listening. See you later.